Hi, it's James and Ross here from Ribeye. We're here at the Southampton Boat Show. We are stood in front of our incredible XO by Ribeye fleet, and we're going to give you a walk through this Defender 9. This is one of the highest spec Defender 9s ever built. Ross, do you want to tell us about the hull first?
Yeah, cheers James. So like every XO, as you guys hopefully know by now, these are all based, and this Defender 9 is based on a true aluminium military grade hull. So it's super thick, super tough, and what I love about the new Defender 9 hull is it really is a driver's boat. Now this boat has a 23-degree dead rise, so it's a really soft riding boat and can be run with either single or twins. It's an amazing boat in the sea, it really is. And at the bow, like every XO, you've got a wave piercing bow, as you can see. So when you use the trim tabs and really kind of use this attack angle to slice through the waves, this really is a cabin boat with a double bed in the front that you can take anywhere. So let's jump on board and go through some of the specs.
Absolutely.
Right James, so we're at the aft. We've got twin 225 4.2 litre outboards here. Tell us about what power options you can have and what sort of performance you can expect from this boat.
So obviously this is kind of the ultimate performance package, isn't it? It makes it run incredibly well, but really, really good with the twin 200s, or if you're not looking for that sort of performance, actually great with a 300 or with some transom modification, which is no problem. We can fit the Yamaha 425 XTO on there as well, so loads of different options.
And I think as Ribeye, one of the things we wanted to do differently was run all the cabling, do the engine installations, as well as other bits of customizations ourselves in-house, James. So
yeah, I think that's one of the key things Ribeye's done for years, is we build custom ribs, don't we? And we build those for our leisure clients, and they can pick incredible layers of detail there, and also obviously for the super yacht tenders, and that's something that we're rolling out into the XOs as well. So if you look at this Explorer 10 here, which is phenomenal, you can see this has got our kind of XO by Ribeye. You can see that XO loves Ribeye branding onto the cushions there, and just really some incredible upholstery. We've also relined the roof in here, so it's a really lovely Alcantara, and designed this custom roof rack that can obviously take paddle boards and things like that. So one of the things is we bring these incredible boats in, we do all the fit out in the UK, in Dartmouth, but we can also offer those customizations to localize them and meet with your specific requirements.
Right, so let's board the stern. So, as James mentioned earlier, and as said by the XO factory, this is one of the most highly spec Defender 9s ever built. So we've pretty much ticked every option available.
Yes.
And what you can see here, we've spec'd the midship seat option, the aft seat option, which can all fold down and have covers on. But also there's a table underneath here, which at the moment we've folded down, and we've got the aft sunbed area deployed. So this really is a multifunctional part of the boat. Sunbathing, picnicking, or if you put all of this away, obviously safe seats when you close these stern doors for when you're underway, which I really like.
Absolutely.
And what you can see we've got at the back here as well, you're going to have things like fenders on board. So there's some really cool hidden features, such as your fender lockers. And I think where the XO is really leading the market is the way they're finishing their boats as well as Explorer vessels, because you can see here polished mouldings found throughout. There's loads of safety handles, and I think it's just a really well built, refined product.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we've now, as Ross said, we've now set this up into the different areas. So we've put the sunbed away, got the table out. So as you can see, a really, really lovely space. So if you're moored off the beach, you can put the sun visors up. This boat's fitted with the one at the aft here, but also at the bow, so you can get some shade on those hot days and just really relax and enjoy it, swimming off the back and having a really good time.
That's a really nice space. And before we start talking about the cabin as well, guys, you can spec the cabin with these kind of safari fold down windows on the back and on the side, but you can also upgrade to glass doors, which we'll talk about in a bit more detail. But one thing I will say with the glass doors is when you slide them back, you can actually bring them out here for additional protection from the wind. So if you're to drop anchor and you just want to chill out and read a book back here, it's a really protected part of the boat, even when you are outside.
Very well designed. So before we enter the cabin, I just want to point out the walk around on this boat. I think it's really, really well designed. Obviously with the XOs having the really high volume hulls that they've got, certainly in their class, it gives us just incredible protected feeling. So, I think about being on here with my family, and I feel very, very confident with my children on here and feeling really safe, so I can really explore and enjoy the day with my family. So Ross, how are you feeling over there?
Yeah, no, really good, thanks James. So as you can see, guys, we've now flipped this bench seat into the forward position, so it's super versatile. And me being sat in the middle here, this is a 3-person spacious back seat, super deep foam, really looking really good in this sort of melon orange upholstery. And some of the things you can spec back here as well is things such as the Dometic cool box fridge there, and you'll just find tons of handles everywhere around here, because this is an offshore hull at the end of the day, and it's just a super safe place, especially when you enclose yourself with the glass sliding doors where you can do those longer journeys with your family. And I think inside this cockpit there's just so many features. So we've got the diesel heater, there's an output down there, I see a speaker, I see some cup holders in between the 2 suspension driver seats. There's also some bits here where you can put your maps or anything you want behind the seats. And shall we look at the dash now?
Absolutely. So obviously one of the coolest features about this boat, and what we've really found loads of people during the show haven't realised, is actually under here we've got a full-size double bed, yeah, and a heads compartment. So you've got loads of space down here. So this truly is an overnighter, isn't it, Ross? And then obviously the ergonomics on the dash. Do you want to take us through that?
Yeah, so ergonomics, you know, like with the ribs we build, it's so important. It's something we're super impressed with, because you'll see we've got a lowered floor within the cockpit, and it's all about having that centre of gravity low down. The aluminium obviously gives you that nice low down point of gravity as well in the boat. And with the lowered floor, I'm able to sort of stand up, great visibility in driving position, walk through doors if I ever needed to hop out. I'm currently leaning against the bolster, but if I wanted to deploy the bolster like so, I then engage the suspension seat, and then XO put a really clever foot bar there as well, so I'm just sat really comfortable. And the cool thing about these seats as well is if you want to drop the anchor, you can actually spin these around to face the seat behind me if you wanted to have like a cup of tea inside the cabin on a cold day with your diesel heater on. There's also a deployable footrest for the passenger here and a handle on that door, which James just flipped up. So I think just looking at the dash, guys, you can see like we've done with every XO we've built as Ribeye, we have fully loaded the cockpit. We've got the big 16-inch plotter, there's floor lights, headlights, you name it. And I think one of my favourite options I would spec if this was my boat is those glass sliding doors.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when we were out in this boat, and you know, you can bring those glass sliding doors across, you know, you're completely protected from the elements, and still if you want you can have the sunroof open, which is really cool, you know, to get a bit of air in there. And overall, just, you know, you can really get out there and explore, can't you?
It's such a cool experience, and like we say with every boat, you've got to come down and experience this for yourself. We've got our private demo jet here where this boat is going to be located for winter, and yeah, you've got to experience how enclosed and what the feeling is like cruising along the coastline in this Defender 9. Now, we're both 6'2", aren't we, James?
Absolutely, and I feel totally spacious. I feel that we could have a really cosy night in here, Ross. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's super comfortable. The mattress, when you spec the mattress, you know, obviously it's great for that sort of overnighter situation. There's loads of LED lighting in here as well, and as it's an airy day, we've opened the Gullwing Door for a bit of natural ventilation, haven't we, James?
Yeah, this is a really cool feature, isn't it?
You're absolutely right, James. So if you flip this bit of upholstery, we love that feature, and we do it a lot on our Ribeyes. You've got this step option here, so if you put some weight on there, you release that, wait for it to engage. Beautiful. I can now nip out the front onto the foredeck area, which we've spec with the sunbed cushions. I'll see you later.
So obviously, you know, overnighter, great thing we've got here is actually a separate heads, which is really, really nice. So you can see in there, you've got the toilet, you've got a little nice touch of our XO by Ribeye, some of our makeup bags, and obviously you've got the sink and the shower there. So, you know, that cool overnighter, you've moored up somewhere, you've gone for a nice meal in the morning, you just want to get freshened up, you've got everything you need to do that. You've also got some additional storage behind me. I just think this is such a well-designed space. Other cool features up here, as Ross was just talking about the sunbed, we've obviously got the nav lights up here, so you know you can be seen in all load conditions. And then we've got more safe handles. We've got this really good front sunshade as well, so again, you know, nice sun deck, but you can be kind of out of the sun and just enjoying it. And we've got the windlass anchor system. So I think overall this boat is just very, very impressive. And it would be great if you're interested in this type of boat to come down and see us in Dartmouth. You know, we've got the full fleet down there on our private jetty, and we would love to take you out on the water and show you how incredible this boat is.
No, wow.